Shalom, everybody. Today, March 19th, 80 years ago, the Germans, German Nazi government, landed in Hungary. But before I continue, I'd like you to hear something. A musician friend of mine who lives in Hungary made this recording to be played here in a very old synagogue in the town of Hier, G-Y-O-R. It's the town where my father was born. It's the town where my grandparents were deported to Auschwitz from and never to be seen again. Also my father's two sisters. G-Y-O-R, you can Google it. Schindler's List. Playing the violin was Raymond Dombey, and also playing the piano was Thomas Mochari. They both live in the town of Hier, G-Y-O-R, and they're both members of the Hier Philharmonic. And they were kind enough to make this recording for me for this occasion. I'm very grateful for suffering. I say suffering, but you say suffering. You say tomatoes, I say tomatoes. Thank you for hosting us, and please come open the program. Bye-bye.
You know, first of all, thank you, Mr. Geiger, and to everyone involved for the Mensch Award. There are very few people in the world that could say that they've had a bigger impact on the Los Angeles Jewish community and world Jewry, for that matter, than Rabbi and Rebbitzin Hier. And it has to start somewhere. And we know for Rabbi Hier, the Rebbitzin goes back to the Vancouver days. But here in Los Angeles, the countless students and alumni that have turned into Mensches, have molded into Mensches because of Rabbi Hier and Rebbitzin Hier, make it the most appropriate location for this recognition of the Mensch Award. Both you and the Rebbitzin should have Arichat Yamim, should have good health, should have long health, and should continue to be a role model and inspiration for all of us.
As we remember the 80th anniversary of this horrible event of the Hungarian Holocaust, where 600,000 Hungarian Jews were killed out of the 900,000 that were there in Hungary, I'd like you to see something. The film you just saw was a film. It was produced by Andrew Solomon, a Jewish Hungarian film producer who lives in Hungary. He made this film about 15, 20 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. It's an enactment, but it's an enactment of actual incidents that happened in Budapest in the winter of 1944. My wife, who sits there, her grandmother was in such a march from her apartment, which was close to the Danube, to be marched into the Danube to be shot in. And she had an inkling of what's going to happen, and somehow she escaped that march and hid in a house there and went back to her apartment, and she survived the war. Any Jew in Hungary who survived the war, including my parents, my father, who survived Mauthausen concentration camp, was by sheer luck. This is not what was planned in Hungary. It was not planned in Poland. It was not planned in France. The extermination of the Jews was very well planned to be carried out throughout Europe that was in any way occupied by Germany. I'll play another clip for you about the invasion of Hungary.
The German invasion of Hungary occurred in 1944. What? I mean, I thought that Hungary and Germany were like allies. Well, they were, and the Hungarians participated in the invasion of the USSR. However, things changed. During two operations, the Germans seized control of Hungary, Operation Marguerite and Operation Panzerfaust. In this video, more about the German invasion of Hungary. The Kingdom of Hungary was the fourth state to sign the Tripartite Pact on the 27th of September 1940. By that time, two Vienna Wars had taken place in which Hungary recovered a big chunk of the territories the country lost after the First World War. Hungary did take part in the Axis invasion on Yugoslavia, which commenced on the 6th of April 1941. On the 22nd of June 1941, the Germans invaded the USSR. Germany did let Hungary know that Hungarian assistance was welcome. The Hungarian Air Force directed an attack at the Galician town of Stanislav in the early morning on June 27. Ground troops crossed the border at Volovets in the afternoon, as firefights with Soviet border guards had already taken place that morning. And so, Hungary had joined Hitler's crusade. If you want to have a more detailed look on why Hungary joined the Axis and why Hungary joined Hitler's invasion of the USSR, I have more videos on that. See the links in the description and the
But I'm very glad that my friend, Holocaust historian Rabbi Michael Barenbaum is here. Michael?
You've just seen Hungarian history. Let me tell you a little bit about Jewish history.